Hello, I'm Roubina Khodadin, artist, healer and spiritual guide. We often hear that emotions have got messages for us. Sometimes we hear people say, listen to your emotion, listen to your feeling, listen to your gut feeling. It can be very confusing because sometimes we confuse emotion with intuition. I'll put a link at the end of this video about how to connect more to your intuition. Yeah, but just for now, how do we learn to recognize the messages of the emotions? So, first thing first, an emotion has got a purpose. An emotion is a physical reaction of our body, of our nervous system, to an event, to a word, to a thought. Even this video could give you some sort of emotional response. Maybe while you watch this video you feel very good, or maybe you feel like, oh, I don't like that, or you feel even hatred. It can happen. So emotions come up. Some emotions have got a very powerful duty. An emotion, let's say you are walking down an empty road at night and you feel somebody, you feel in danger, you'll try run away, for instance. This emotion has got a direct purpose in our life. There are some other emotions which actually we don't really know sometimes where they're coming from. We don't really know why they are there and why they are recurrent. And it happens that oftentimes some specific people trigger specific emotions within us. So the question that some of my clients ask, actually I'll put a link at the end in the description box if you need a one-to-one consultation with me, right? Some of my clients ask, so if, let's say in a couple relationship, I keep getting triggered, some emotion, let's say anger, keeps coming up because of this person, because of something they've done. So how to kind of deal with that? The first thing is to learn to process the emotion. An emotion, as I said, is a physical reaction. So unless it comes out from us in a physical way, it is very difficult for it to be processed. I'm not saying there aren't other ways, but I'm just saying this is one of the most effective ways. So whenever you are having emotions, and even I would say even on a daily basis, to look at your emotions and to learn to process it. Again, a link at the end of this video about how to process your emotions. So once you've processed your emotion, let's say an event happens, it gets you angry. Process the emotion. Make sure you are a little bit more at peace with that emotion. Not necessarily with the situation, but with the emotion. And then, let's say it's a couple situation, and every time you get anger regarding a specific situation, whenever the situation happens and you feel a little bit less anger, I'm giving example of anger, but I can give so many examples, right? Once we feel a bit less and less and less in the event, then we can sit down, use our mind, our logical mind. Oftentimes we, especially if we are more spiritually inclined or more emotional people, we tend to neglect that logic is also important. Look logically at the situation or at the situations that are creating the emotions, and then look if that situation is something you want in your life, something that is repeated, something that can be dealt with, something that can be repaired, something that needs to be talked about, something that's going to keep going on, something that you accept or don't accept. I've said a lot of things, but you can go back and listen again, right? Because most of the information I get is inspired to me, so sometimes I talk a little bit fast. So once you've identified if it's a situation that you want, that you agree on, so it's a situation that can't be repaired, for instance, or a situation that you agree to disagree, whatever the situation is and whatever the outcome of the situation can be, this is where you base your decision, not on the actual emotion. Right? Because sometimes an emotion that we're feeling today, let's say anger, it might not be linked just to that situation. Sometimes it is linked with further situations, especially if you're healing yourself. There are things that will be linked to further situations. So it's great to have the opportunity to release that emotion and to deal with your wounds, let's say, for instance, but regarding how do I read the message is not to read the message of the emotion, read what situation is coming up repeatedly from the emotion and see whether it is a situation that I want, I don't want, etc., etc., etc. Yeah, this is pretty much how we learn to unravel the messages of the emotion. So do like the video, click the notification bell and subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed yet, and write a comment and let me know if you're dealing with specific situations at the moment, if you have specific emotions at the moment, and of course link is in the description box to get in touch with me for a one-to-one consultation or a soul painting. Thank you for your presence and see you soon.